Okay. Hey guys. Hello, Team Thrive Nation. Happy Tuesday. Speaking of, what is today? Today is Tuesday, payday, auto bonus day. I hope everyone that is on here has a special goal to reach the 12K rank. Here's the deal. You don't have to go get a luxury vehicle. I've told you guys before, I was never motivated by a luxury vehicle or a fancy vehicle, but I was very much so motivated by no car payment. So yes, 12K in my opinion, second rank of the company, and the most exciting rank for sure, just because that extra. Lindsay Callahan, hello, I see you on here. I know you're on your way. I know 12K has got to be on your vision board. You guys are rocking and rolling. But yeah, I mean, even if you just choose to keep what you're currently driving and take the $300 a month towards your car, I mean, that's huge for you. If you decide to get a luxury vehicle, what I did was trade in my Chevy Suburban for a Cadillac Escalade. I actually got a used one, and because it can be up to 5 years old. It's just once it's older than 5 years, obviously you're gonna drop down to the $300 a month. But I traded mine in on a used Cadillac Escalade. That was my first Le-Vel car, so it was pretty awesome. So happy Tuesday, happy payday, and happy auto bonus day. Did you know that we even have an option to convert our credit, our paychecks to credits? You can convert your auto bonus to credits. I actually just logged in right now and did that. Anyway, fun times. So yes, I'm excited to be on today. I hope I'm not overloading you guys. We've been on here every day for a week now around the same time. We've varied the times a little bit, but hopefully if your team isn't able to hop on at lunch, they can catch the replays in the evening or while they're sitting watching their kids at practice or whatever. I love the fact that thanks to technology, basically everything about our business can go with us anywhere, anytime. But I'm excited today to bring on Cheyenne Wilson, and actually let me go over here. Cheyenne, I'm gonna turn it where you can request to be added, and then I will, I'll preview. So you can go ahead and request to be added. So I don't know about you guys, but I get something out of these live interviews every single day. Yeah, Billy said we all need it. I agree. You know, I was just on the phone, Stole the Branch. We were visiting just a little bit, and she was talking about some things that she just got back from Cabo and was talking about some things, hey girl, that she's going to be doing with her team in her local area. And you know, I said, girl, just getting together with your people is it's just good stuff, you know, because I think, you know, Thrivers we share a couple of things. First of all, we, you know, we've made the decision to, you know, take care of ourselves physically, you know, the best we know how. And we have a common goal to share what we found with other people. You know, when Thrivers are together and they're talking, and you have a friend that is dealing with headaches all the time, or you have a friend that you know is a busy mom, you have a friend that is, you know, they talk about how they can't sleep at night. You have a friend that's posting on Facebook about the struggles that they have financially. You just want to share this with them, and you want them to trust you. A lot of times you've already shared it with them, but you're like, oh, if they would just trust me, just take that leap, you know, life can be so much better, you know. And those are just, your conversations are just different, but they're uplifting. And it's fun to rub shoulders, to be in the same room. I don't care if you go get a pedicure together, if you go eat lunch together, if you go sit down and do a power hour together. You know, when you're kind of nervous about sending that message to that person on your chicken list, your friend is going, oh, just do it anyway. You know, there's just something to being with other people. And I think we all saw that just on with our news feeds being flooded with all these guests in Cabo, and just how much fun they were having together. But one of the things that we were also just talking about is the more you as a Thriver shares your story, the more your business will grow, because you are continuously reminded about where you were before Thrive. And that is something that, I've never portrayed that everything about this business is like, butterflies and roses and I don't know what other statements that people use. I mean, we don't paint just this perfection picture around here, because there's going to be days where you're in a funk. There's going to be days where you don't feel as good. There's going to be days where, life is throwing a ton of stress your way, and everyone reacts to stress in different ways, right? But the thing is as life is coming at you, if you're not sharing your story with people, okay, whether it be you personally sharing or helping out a team member share their story, that team member's connecting people to you, you can very easily forget the blessings that you have because of this. And you can kind of forget where you were before because this is your new normal now. And now, the kids have this going on or you've got this. And, there's a zillion things that are happening in life. So I challenge everyone on here. I want you to share your story. I want you to share your story. Encourage your friend, reach out to them after this live video or send them a message right now and say, hey, who can you put me in a three-way chat with today? I want to share my story with one of your friends. Who do you have that's on the fence? Who do you have that maybe has been looking at this and we just need to provide a little bit more validation? I'm happy to share my story with them today. You sharing your story will build your business. You sharing your story will keep you plugged in as to why you even do this thing, right? So with that, I'm going to introduce Cheyenne Wilson. Guys, Cheyenne is our cowgirl. What do you tell me why am I going blank? The native cowgirl. Is that kind of your branding?
Yeah.
We love Cheyenne, guys. She is just a ray of sunshine and fell in love with this business and took off with it and has not stopped. I know we have a lot of new promoters here, Cheyenne, that they don't know you yet. So tell us a little bit about your Thrive Experience journey, why you said yes to this business. You've never done anything like this before, right? No.
No.
Okay. So tell us about you.
Well, basically, you guys, Mauria's right. I'm the native cowgirl. So what does that mean? Well, it means that I'm a fifth generation cattle rancher and I live on the poorest reservation area in the United States. It's called the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. And to be honest with you, we live 60 miles from groceries one way on a dirt trail. So when I first started hearing about the Thrive Experience, it was through a friend of mine that I had grown up with in a tiny little town, Trisha Calfell. She is a 200K leader also. And I knew her. I trusted her. She came from an egg background like I did as well. But, the beauty of Facebook, and I tell people I built this business on social media and I had no other choice. Because Mauria is right. I was not a network marketing guru. I did not hang my shingle out as having a home-based business because I have nobody around me but cows and horses. And that's the honest truth. So unless I wanted to pack everything up and go to town, it wasn't an option. But really for me, it was the product. I had recently turned 40 years old. I'm 45 now. And I just felt, I'll say a cowgirl term, like my get up and go had got up and went. It was just a struggle every day, trudging to the coffee pot, giving myself a pep talk to even get out of bed in the morning. And at the time, my son was 5 years old, and I was so blessed and grateful to be a mama because I had been told I could never have children. So when he came along, it was a miracle, the greatest blessing ever. And I found myself really turning a negative tone towards myself because I was tired all the time and I was not being that fun, energetic mother that he deserved. And I wondered what was wrong with myself, really. And a lot of women, I know, we do that to ourselves. We kind of go inward and and so I was not by any means shining, glowing, happy. I was painting on that happy face every day, but I honestly thought there had to be something more to life. And then here came my friend Trisha on social media and she was glowing. She was active. She had 3 boys, a job, a husband, all of these things. And I just thought, wow, what is this? But I will tell everybody, and I'll explain this a little later, I'm the result of a failed sample pack, you guys. So if you have ever sampled someone and they won't get back to you, they threw it in the garbage, they didn't value it, whatever it is, don't judge, because Trisha did not judge me. And so 5 months later, as I was feeling even more awful, I reached out to her. And why did I reach out to her? Because there was other people by then that I knew that were thriving. I reached out to her because she did not judge me. She wasn't rude to me when I said, you know what, this isn't for me. She just kept on shining and posting and thriving. So when I said yes to this, I actually followed the directions, because guys, I didn't the first time. I thought I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I was ready then. And I'll tell you what, on that first day, I felt a little something. And it was enough to excite me more than I've ever been excited about anything in this world. And on the morning of day 2, I called her and I hit the brand promoter button and I hit the ground running. So that kind of leads into that part of the story, Mauria.
I love it. I love it. Well, and I love that you said, that good reminder, because guys, we've all had people that we have sampled that just they didn't turn into customers. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with sampling, and I've made that very clear. One thing that I have been very adamant about when I sample someone, or I'm put in a three-way message or on a three-way call with someone that's getting a sample, is I let them know you're just going to be introduced to the simplicity. I mean, the odds of you noticing something are really slim to none. This is kind of like going and taking a tour of the gym, or even just going to the gym, for a couple of days. You're not going to see results in a couple of days. You may be sore, you may be glad that you did, but you're not going to see results. And so I love that you mentioned, don't give up on those that have sampled with you before. Actually, one of my promoters just got home from Cabo last night. She was a sampler, and one that I followed back up with about a year and a half, maybe even 2 years later, and just said, hey, I know it wasn't right for you then, but I mean, you've just been on my heart, because I knew she was a busy mom. She has, kids that are active in everything. And you know what, that humble, it's kind of, you swallow that humble pie, I guess, is what, you just kind of swallow your pride and go, hey, I just want to reach out to you again, because maybe you sampled that person when you were new in the business and you just didn't connect them right. Maybe they didn't, maybe you didn't get a chance to really walk them through how to take it the right way. Maybe they wouldn't answer you, so you couldn't walk them through it. But maybe in your reach out, you just say, I was thinking about you and I've learned so much since I gave you that sample pack. I really think if you would give this another go, I could work with you on making sure you feel like $1 million, because that's the goal. At the end of the day, that's why we do what we do. We want people to feel like $1 million. We want them to feel good. So I love that you mentioned that, because that is huge for all of us. And you know what? With our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that can be some of your follow-up. Who all have you given a sample pack to? Who can you follow up with? So, all right, well, let's talk a little bit about your business journey. You've never done anything like this before. You made the decision to go for it. Talk about the daily activities, because I know daily activities and consistency is something that you've preached throughout the course of your business. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, in all honesty, this is all about daily action. It really is. And I guess that equates to life in general. We wake up every morning, we fill our day with whatever, we go to bed at night, and whatever you're filling your day with, it compounds upon oneself. So just an analogy there is, if you're working out every day and eating right, you're going to have a fit, toned body. If you are laying on the couch and eating bonbons, you're not. So it all adds up together. And that's really how I equated my business. Now, I will point out, like Mauria said, and I saw somebody else post over there that samples are hit and miss. You guys, there's really not a right way or a wrong way. If you've sampled people, that's okay. I have actually gone more Mauria's way now. I don't so much sample people, because I've gained confidence and I can say, okay, are you ready to trust me now? Because that's really what this is. And it is an 8-week experience, you guys. It's not an 8-minute experience, and so that's really what we need to be focusing on. But the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Mauria mentioned it. I've got a lot of people that in the beginning, it was ignorance on fire, and I was just samples everywhere. It was like a balloon explosion. They just went everywhere. I wasn't so good about following up and doing everything perfectly, but I was doing things every single day that were, growing my business. I was reaching out, that's what this is. You have to put your best foot forward and borrow someone else's confidence if you don't have it. That is what I did in the beginning. Trisha, when she got me started, was only a few months into this business. So she connected me with other leaders in the beginning. And that was the right thing to do, because I knew it was just as simple as making a phone call and connecting people. That was it. I didn't have to know anything. So no, I didn't have any experience, but I knew that this product was so amazing. And I had a list of people that I knew were complaining every day on social media. They maybe were, you know, in private messaging me and saying, oh my gosh, how are you doing with your son? Because I feel like I'm failing here. And you guys, it's uplifting and inspiring to share your journey with people. And that's what Mauria is talking about sharing your story. You know, we do it in a way that obviously is not just focusing on us, because we have an entire team of people that we're helping. But there's little things that we've all become better at. And so when we can focus on those things, like right now, I'm back into working out again. I had some issues back in September. And so I'm really focusing on putting one foot in front of the other. That's what 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is also. It is having a plan. You guys, the plan is as simple as this. I mean, Mauria, we've created these awesome sheets for you. And guess what? I submitted my stuff on Sunday night, just like all of you. It doesn't matter what year you're in this business, what day you're in, or what rank you're in. This is all about what it takes to grow your business. So reaching out to people is pivotal. It's like, hey, how are you? I'm a Thriver. I see you're complaining about your knee. Oh my gosh, you know, and relating how Thrive can help, whatever it is. Following up is crucial, you guys, because you don't want to warm someone up just to have them go with the person that talks to them about Thrive next. I've been there. I wasn't so good about a system, right?
Say that again. Say that again. You don't want to warm.
Yeah. Don't warm them up, because when you talk to somebody, this is your person. And that is why we stress getting them in your network with their email, with them signing up, getting their free link. You guys, there's all sorts of ways to say it. But if you're not saying it, you're basically, you know, ending it for yourself right there, because you're saying thrive, thrive, thrive. And this is what, I'll just relate it to me. Trisha introduced me to Thrive. 5 months later, who did I see thriving? I was at the World Finals for Women's Ranch Rodeo. A friend of mine there was thriving. 3 of them were. I could have easily went to one of those 3 and said, oh my gosh, we're cowgirls. I relate to you. You know what? I'm going to go with you. No, because Trisha kept following up. She kept posting. She was visible. I was seeing her, and I knew that she had taken the time and effort to connect with me. She wasn't badgering me, but she was keeping me in the know. So I went back to the original person who introduced me to this. Are you guys doing that? Because you don't want to warm someone up just to have them go to the next person down 3 months down because you didn't follow up. And they're like, oh, yeah, you know, somebody else mentioned that. I'm going to go with you because you're right here. It happens. Mm-hmm. It's happened to me. And there's nothing, it's like a punch in the gut when somebody's like, oh,
it is.
I've done it. Someone's neighbor.
Yes, it's happened to me too. And you know, one thing I will say is another thing you have to do as a Thriver is you have to look up. I'll be honest, there are people that are on my team now. Thank God they're on my team. I just saw Brittany hop on. She's going to laugh because a lot of them are on her team. But when I started, I just moved here, so I didn't know a lot of people in San Angelo, right? So most of my Thrivers were connections from high school, where we used to live, elementary school, college day, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't San Angelo people that were my first to thrive with me because I didn't know them, you know? But here's what happened. This business took off so much. What do you think I was doing? I was on my phone non-stop. And so, yes, I was building my business like this, but do you realize how many people I missed that were, you know, they were walking in the same Mother's Day out, dropping their kid off at school. You know what I mean? Yeah, they ended up on my team somewhere, thank God, but they could have been my personals. You know what I mean? But I was just paying attention to this instead of making relationships with the people that were walking down the hall with me. You know? So, oh yeah, I mean, we could actually do a whole live of all the crazy things we've done in the business that we've had to learn from, right? But I love that. Warm them up. Billy said, warm them up and follow up. Don't warm them up and then for them to go and talk to someone else. I love that. And you know, another thing I have to say, that you mentioned was that Trisha was really living that life out loud. Trisha she didn't stop because Cheyenne didn't join her. She didn't, you know, she just kept on going because she knew she had something special and she was just going to keep sharing it with people. You know what I mean? But she didn't give up on you. So I think that that's important too, is that as we're reaching out and we're sharing this with people, guys, it's so important to still share the benefits that you have of Thrive. I literally just before this call, because I was on the phone and I was looking in the mirror at my roots. I mean, like, look at these roots. They're so bad that it's like you can't. Okay, I texted the girl that does my hair. I just got my hair done 5 weeks. Like, it hasn't even been 5 weeks yet. Thank God hair day is tomorrow. My hair didn't grow like that. Like, literally as a young, I mean, up until almost 40, I couldn't cut my hair ever because it would take forever for it to grow. Well, what do you know? What does Thrive do? It means we have to get our hair done more often and our nails done more often, right? So, but I literally just made a post just a second ago about how fast my hair grows. You know what I mean? Like, you don't, it doesn't necessarily have to be thrive with me, thrive with me, thrive with me. You know what I mean? It's just share your life, share the side effects of Thrive. Disclosure, your hair is going to grow faster. I mean, that's just the way it is. And what woman doesn't want their hair to grow fast? I mean, I do. Although as the gray keeps coming, maybe trying to.
That's why I have a cap on. I tweezed a gray. I'm not even lying. It was only this long, and I was like, "What?"
Like, where did that come? Where did that come from? I know, I love it. But yeah, but that's why it's so important, just for us to share our life out loud. Because again, you said what drew you to Trisha was that she attracted you because, well, she is just beautiful and we all love her. But there's happiness. Yes, she's glowing, you know, and you're looking at her like, what the heck? Like, what does she have? I need some of that, you know? And that is your Facebook page is your billboard, but it's not just a flyer of the Thrive experience, guys, that's going to grasp somebody's attention. It's what did those 3 steps do for you? That is what grasps people's attention. So talk to us a little bit about the mastermind. I know you got together with Blair and Beth and Natasha. You guys were all just talking about launching this whole 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I know you've got some special things going on within your team with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Talk to us a little bit about that. What kind of feedback are you getting? Why did you think it was so important for us to launch this campaign?
Well, number one, I have to give kudos. Beth was the one who obviously, and I heard Natasha say it and everyone, she was the one who's like, and she's so awesome for ideas, you know, and a lot of times what's really great about this, and I learned this early on in the business, was that you learn so much from people who've been here a little longer than you. They've walked this walk, you know, and I always plug into people who aren't just talking the talk either. I will say that, you guys, it's about daily action. So Mauria, and I'll just give kudos to you. You've always been leading, you know, and that's the thing is I see Mauria at all the getaways, you know, when I'm there she is. I see her at the VIP events, things like that. So that's really what I wanted from my team as well. And one thing I will say in the beginning too, like you did mention Trisha was earning things, you guys. I knew Trisha. I knew this was not a fluky, gimmicky thing, but I also knew if she could do it, I could do it too. So that's what really led to our trek to 200K for myself and my team. But when it came to integrating, I will say Beth and Blair were so amazing. We became friends early on in this business. So I think I hit 12K in 3 weeks, and they reached out to me and they were like, hey, let's mastermind. So we've been masterminding for almost 4 years, you guys. And along that line, I've gotten to know Natasha better, some other leaders as well better in this, and just really gotten to lock arms. You will hear us say that a lot. So synergy, you know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is not a new concept for us. It's basically just an easy breakdown that seriously we can print out and we can remember it in our brain. I don't take this to the grocery store with me, guys. I know where I'm at and mine are all filled. I was already at the store this morning. I've already done my reach outs, follow-ups. I have a very strict regimen that I try to stick to every single day on what I'm doing, but life happens. you know, and so even last night, serious, 10 o'clock, I was finishing up my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was not going to bed until it was over. But really visiting with those ladies, you know, when you are with people who are really rock stars, they push you to be better. There's a lot of synergy in that room. I remember we started collaborating a long time ago on a document that was what words to say. And that was way back in the beginning of, well, if someone says, well, what is thrive? What do you say? Oh my gosh, what do you do if they say no? Well, guess what? No just means not yet. Go this way. And then you just say this. And well, you may not be interested now, but who do you know who could benefit from these products? You know, that's really as you grow. And so we did a lot of things back then, but I'm very thankful for the leadership on your team, Mauria, specifically, because it's what I stick to. You got to go up to grow up. You know, that's the way I looked at it is. So I was reaching high all the way up to Paul Gravette, listening to every single call I can get on of his, just for that mindset piece, if nothing else, listening to you, even Tony, her team page. There's a lot of things to learn, and it's really staying in the zone, collaborating with Beth and Blair and Natasha. They've really helped me evolve as a leader because I did not know this business before. And you know, hitting that 200K mark in 6 months, you guys, that was momentum like crazy. And then continuing to grow from there. And then just the different speaking engagements we've had here as leaders, all we're doing is sharing. There is not a me or mine mentality on this team. If we have a great idea, we share it. So Beth originally shared that. We grasped it because we saw the beauty in it. In the last 90 days of this business, you guys, it is really about improving yourself through your business, helping improve people's lives through what we offer. That is the simplicity of the 3 simple steps and nothing more. So me, I'm getting up every morning and I'm using the last 90 days as a kind of a catalyst to get me moving. Because how many people do you know out there that literally are like, gosh, I just kind of feel like this year is over. It's September, now October, it'll be Thanksgiving. People are already planning Thanksgiving meals, guys. Christmas, there are already Christmas decorations everywhere. They've basically hung up the towel. We don't want to be like that. We want to lead by example. We want to get folks thriving. And we do that by living it out loud, like Mauria said. I don't post Thrive nonstop on my page. Once in a while, every day it's 3 posts, 3 social media posts like our tracker. So this morning I was up, I do the arm, #Thriver when I'm on my treadmill. Then today I did an auto bonus post. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it talks about, I have gotten my auto bonus, you guys, for 47 months. But it isn't just me. This is my team of 100 people that get their auto bonus monthly. So, you know, doing something fun like that, it isn't just me and my face. It's all of these people. And I'm sorry, but 100 people getting their auto bonus, there's so much to be thankful there because
that's huge.
Yeah, it's validation, right?
Yes, and I'm going to pause right here because I have to talk about this auto bonus. And I know I kind of started the live talking about the auto bonus, but guys, here's the reality. If you are 12K in this business, do you have any idea you are everyone else's 200K? I know as a 12K, you're like, no, I'm not there yet. I'm not 200K. I'm not 200K. No. If you are getting your car paid for every single month at either the 300 or the 800, do you guys realize in other companies, it's like you're required hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales to have your car paid for? If you are 12K and you're earning an auto bonus, you best be shouting that loud and proud. Everyone in your town wants their car paid for. Okay, everyone on your team is dying to get to where you are. So don't play small. You are somewhere that everyone wants to be, and you've got to remember that. Like, people look at you like they look at Cheyenne Wilson, they look at a Le-Vel millionaire, they look at a 200K. You got to realize you literally you're doing something that most people can only dream about. They feel like it's for someone other than them. They feel like it's for other people, not them. But you know the truth. You know how quickly things can compound here, how quickly things can grow, how people can go, refer to in the VIP and then 4Ks, and before you know it, you have a $12,000 monthly team, right? And so you get that car paid for. So yes, shout it out loud and proud. Be excited for that. But your loud and proud is an invitation for you to take your team there too. You know, it's not a loud and proud arrogance. It's I am so proud to be able to represent this company, to help my friends and family feel like $1,000,000, work with my team, and get my car paid for every month. Hashtag you can too. You know, it's that invitation to tell people you can too. 12K auto bonus is absolutely huge. Huge. Okay, I know I totally interrupted your social media share, but
no, and you know, that's a very valid point. And something else I want to address there of being loud and proud, and I'm just going to go there. I don't know if anyone else has gone there yet. So earning the Le-Vel Millionaire Award. You guys, I cried buckets of tears when that happened last February. And I will just tell you guys a statistic, a true statistic for this. And it isn't about me, because I did not do that alone. This is about the team of people. So every single person that said yes. But the statistic is this: I worked in an insurance company before, just as a receptionist, whatever. It would have taken me 50 years to accomplish what I did in Le-Vel in a little over 3 years. So that is why I cried the biggest tears ever. And it was hard for me to share that, because when you see Le-Vel Millionaire, and I've actually had people ask me, oh, so does that mean that your team sells $1 million in a year? And I'm like, actually, no, this is what it is. And I mean, there was this silence, like, who does that happen to? And I will just tell you guys, I get goosebumps talking about it now, because it's not about the dollar amount. What it signifies to me is the amount of lives, you guys, that we are all changing. And we don't really think about it like that. We think about it in terms of ranks or weekly rewards or auto bonuses or things like that. But what I want you to really do, and something that's really helped to ground me through these last 6 months, I've gone through a couple of health challenges with my eye and just some things like that. Think about it on the amount of lives changed. Like a mama who is no longer looking in the mirror with that negative self-talk because she actually feels like playing with her child, or the grandmother who can get on her knees and play with her grandson and she doesn't have to feel like less than because she can't, you know. Weight loss is a huge thing, you guys, those transformations. But it isn't just the physical transformations. What about the transformation of your own mind and how little things don't bother you anymore? Maybe you don't snap at your husband, or, you know, I could go on and on and on. But I think the biggest thing for me is that I don't want to just stop there. I want to help every single person, not just 100 people on my team earn their auto bonus. I want 1,000 people. And I'm sure Mauria has that many. But to think about it in terms like that, you guys, we have to, in order to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, is break it down into believable, achievable steps that truly, you guys, did you know that this adds up to 105? 105 reach outs, follow-ups, social media posts. That's you putting yourself out there 105 times per week, times 4, times 52 weeks. Imagine if we did this every single week, which is our basis of our business. It will absolutely impact your business more than you know. So that's really what I wanted to touch on, was the genius of this. And it doesn't stop at the end of 90 days. This is a daily commitment to yourself and to your team. So
to yourself, to your team, to your business. And also, not only is it setting you up to end 2018 better than where you began, but it is launching you into 2019 and everything that is going to be coming our way. So, you know, it's crazy when you think 400, you know, attempts to get out there in my business. I mean, think about that. Like, what were you doing before we launched the 90-day challenge, before we launched this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? How many were you getting in a month? Probably like 3 to 5-ish, you know. And to go, what do you think it's going to do for your business to go from 3 to 5 to 400? That's why I said, don't stop. If you have to write down 2 when you were supposed to get 15, who cares? Just do 2. Like, it's okay, because see, tomorrow's another day, and you may be like, well, I need to add an extra 5. I need to do a little bit more. You may make a post that legit people are just coming to you. So as far as connections, you've got even more connections because, you know, you've reached out to, you're connecting with leaders like crazy, right? You know, I've always said what we do here, it's the daily activities that are required. They're easy to do, but they're also easy not to do. I mean, easy to do meaning you can get them done. Is it going to be uncomfortable sometimes? Yes. Is it going to take a few sacrifices? Yes. Is it going to, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you can do what you have to do. But man, it's so easy to get distracted. And what I've found is that the more consistent you are in making those connections, reaching out, following up, you know, posting on Facebook, making sure that you're, you know, adding some names to your list to reach out to, you know, that you're making those connections, you're sharing your own story. When that is done consistently over time, that net, it's like you're throwing out this huge net, right? And so you have a lot more odds. I mean, if you're only reaching out to 3 in a month, odds are those 3 aren't going to be ready that month. I mean, you might get super lucky and those 3 be ready, but the odds I've seen in this business is that's slim to none. But on the other hand, if you're making all of these connections, right, then you've got more people. It's the same way as free accounts. The longer some people are in this business, sometimes we see a trend going downwards towards the amount of free accounts they have in their business. So let's say someone came in 2013. So 2014, they had all these free accounts, right? So the net was cast pretty wide. They did 100 free accounts in 30 days, like Paul suggested. Guys, if you don't yet have 100 free accounts, there you go. Okay, challenge you. But you know, they've got 100 free accounts. So the odds are that those people are gonna actually order at some point, because you know you've got to, especially if you're reaching out, you're connecting, you're validating, you're showing your life, you're inviting people to thrive with you, yada yada, right? Then 2015 comes along, maybe they did 114, maybe they did 75 and 15. Well, then if they do 50 and 16, and then they do 25 and 17. Guess what? It's 2018 and they are bummed, they're discouraged, they're frustrated, yada yada. Why is that? Because they quit reaching out. I mean, guys, we have to have free accounts just to even get somebody to really go watch the video and check out our product, right? I mean, we've got to have a free account before they can ever log in to even think about placing their order. So those simple things, guys, that's where our consistency is required for this to be possible for you. And everyone has different goals. We have brand new people on. You guys are like, I'm just trying to get my product for free right now. And I'm like, no. You're in your VIP period. You got to go earn at least $500. Like, why not? And we've got, you know, people that are like trying to get to 4K right now. They're trying to get to 12K right now, you know. Jennifer's mentioned something about Madison and her university. She has to apply so many to get a few offers. Yes. Okay. So Jennifer's aunt, 200K leader, incredible. Her daughter Madison and Jaden are the same age. Madison is a theater mate, or is going to be in the theater department. She's so freaking talented. She can really do anything she wants to do. But yes, in her university search, right? So she's got to apply to several universities, go audition at several universities to see where that offer is going to come in. Okay. So I mean, guys, this is what we do in life. What we do here with Le-Vel is no different. And last thing that I want to end with, unless Cheyenne has something else to add, is I was talking to one of the leaders yesterday that's been with us for a long time, and I love her heart, I love her soul. And we were just kind of talking about, you know, sometimes some of the challenges that we see people having in this business. And one of the challenges is that comparison thing. You know, and I brought up that I still don't remember the guy's name, because obviously he's not a big deal, but Michael Phelps is. But the guy that was racing against Michael Phelps in the Olympics, and he's looking at him, and then Michael Phelps smokes him, right? I said, there's a lot of people that do this, right? And I said, but here's the reality. We do it as moms. Think about mommy comparison and mommy guilt. You know, we do it as wives. Oh, heck, so-and-so did this for her husband. Oh, crap, like, I haven't done, you know what I mean? Like, we compare as moms, we compare as wives, we compare as, you know, church members, we compare, as friends, you know. I remember just recently, you know, our situation that we went through. I had a lot of friends that did amazing things for me, and in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, am I that good of a friend to them? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, we compare. Comparison is not a Le-Vel thing, a Thrive thing, a direct sales thing. It's a human thing. And you know what? Comparison will steal your joy in anything you do. Okay. So that's why I'm saying blinders on. We've got incredible things that are happening. We are challenging you. I think, what are we at? Like 81 days until the end of the year now. Run with us, embrace it. And last but not least, on Sunday, I put up the link for you guys to subscribe. You can only submit your entries on Sunday just to keep that mainstreamed. So make sure you submit your numbers. I don't care if you only got 5 points. Go ahead and submit. It's not for me, it's for you. And it's that accountability. And you know what? When you submit 5 points versus 100, I want you to be proud of those 5. Because you know what? 5 is better than 0. But you also have to be honest with yourself. You can't be frustrated in your business, right? But you can go, okay, I only got 5 that I'm turning on Sunday, but by golly, I'm getting at least 5 done by Monday morning at noon. Okay? And then you start from there and you can grow. So any closing thoughts, Cheyenne?
Only because I'm just so like, I gotta get working, but I'm laughing because you're in a tank top and I'm all bundled up here. So I was just gonna say, wintertime's a gold mine, guys, especially in these northern states. But no, Mauria, I'm comparing myself to you because you're in a tank top. But seriously, you guys, comparison, just chuck it out the window. And going back to my journey in this is that Mauria started before all of us on this team. And the really cool thing was it wasn't a comparison. It was like, oh my gosh, she said to do this. Well, look at her. I'm going to do this. So it is leading by example for your team, but then also not being afraid to open yourself up to new ideas, suggestions. I love what Mauria said about it doesn't matter how many points you have. This is doing the do, you guys, to get the get. You have to be in the zone. And if you're not getting 15 points a day, that's okay. If you're getting 5, it's really about just living the Thrive life out loud so that you're attracting. Bees are attracted to honey, guys. So it's positivity, gratitude, putting out how Thrive has changed your life in so many positive ways. And it can be as simple as a picture of tennis shoes, you guys, because if you're not walking or active and you're sitting on the couch, you don't need tennis shoes, right? So, I mean, it is that simple. It's just the little things. And don't ever think that you're, putting yourself out there too much, because you're not. As long as you're grateful and it's not boasting, exactly, and those posts are so important. So, and going live and just seeing people, the smiles on our faces. I don't think I've ever met a terribly grumpy, unhappy Thriver. And I've been around a ton of people, really, on flights. We're all excited because we're going to a getaway or we're going somewhere. And there are people there, you guys, they're just miserable in their life. So remember what a blessing it is to be a Thriver, and share it with everyone, even if you don't think they need this product, because they do. They really do. And they might not think it. It's really just starting that conversation. So that's all I have to say, Mauria. Thank you so much.
I love it. All right. Bye, guys. We'll see you later. Thank you again, Cheyenne, for being on.